Hello everyone! Ever wanted to grow your own meat? Of course you have, and finally, thanks to this new mod, we actually can. But that's not the only mod we're going to look at today. We now also have the ability to make Cobalt Bars, a fabled ore usable for amazing things. I can't wait to see what kind of amazing things we can do. They take 1 prismatic shard and 10 Iridium bars to make, which yes, is crazy expensive. 1 prismatic shard and 10 Iridium bars. Think about that for a second. But worth it because, as you can see by my already cobalt hoe, which you get at Gus, Clint rather, I will show you that shortly. Look at the space it does. For those of you that can't count, that's 49 spaces in one stroke. 49. Imagine how much faster doing anything would be with this. And the watering can waters that giant space. So yes, the cobalt upgrades are expensive, but worth it. Because it's nice to actually have something endgame that you actually have to work towards. Normally for a lot of games, by the time you get to the end game, you have such an abundance of resources that you can just buy everything you need and it doesn't really matter. This you would actually have to work for. And it would be really cool if they would implement something like this in the vanilla game. What we're going to do right now is head to our dear friend Clint, and I will show you what it takes to upgrade from Iridium, which is a vanilla highest quality item, to Cobalt, which is this mod. Good morning, dummy. I need some upgrades. So if I wanted to do my pickaxe, for example, 100,000 gold and 5 Cobalt bars. Yes, very expensive. Worth it. And luckily, thanks to my countless hours of frustration and determination in Skull Cavern, I have a whole stack of prismatic shards, along with all the Iridium bars I could ever want, again, thanks to countless hours of determination and smelting. Now, to just make the Cobalt bars, you do make 3 at a time. So let's make a couple hundred. Yes, I would like to upgrade my axe. I have no idea why, because you chop down trees one hit with the Iridium axe anyway, but whatever. The pickaxe probably would be an advantage because it will break the rocks in Skull Cavern, presumably in 1 hit instead of 2. And that would save you a lot of energy and maybe more importantly, time. I don't know what you're going to be doing in Skull Cavern at that point because you've already done it so many times to get the resources required to get it, but it's just something to work towards. It's always nice to have something at the end game that you can always try and achieve. Ah, but what about the meat, you say? Well, let's get to that meat mod now. I just remembered we have to stop by and see our good friend Pierre to get that meat. Pierre, I need your meat. So once the mod is installed, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and here are the new seeds. We have Chevron vine seeds. Sure, we'll take some of those. We'll just buy a whole bunch of everything. And duck vine seeds. And pork vine seeds. And jerky sapling, which sounds like an awful fun tree to me. We have roughly 40 of everything. We're going to go grow those. Actually, we should look at what season they grow in because I wasn't paying attention. Back to the bottom. These ones plant in summer or fall, take 8 days. These are summer or fall, 8 days. These are summer or fall, 8 days. This is 28 days to mature, being that it's a tree. All trees do. Meat in summer. It is a summer tree, so it's not going to grow right now. But I can, of course, sow it in my greenhouse, which I will. I believe that there are also crops for winter and spring. That is not confirmed yet because I'm obviously in fall still, but I'm going to skip ahead to winter and we'll confirm that before the end of this video. Oh, and in case you're wondering how many Cobalt Sprinklers is going to take to cover your greenhouse, only 4. You only have to put 2 in your usable space, so it's that much more efficient. Believe it or not, these will cover this entire space. Because Cobalt Sprinklers water the 48 adjacent tiles every morning. 48. The Iridium by comparison only do 24, so these are twice as big. These cover a massive space, and I really wish I would implement these in the game. Oh, okay, that just happened. Well, apparently the hilariously named jerky sapling doesn't want to grow in a greenhouse, so we're going to have to wait and see on that one, but I can definitely do the rest of the seeds in here, so I'm going to do just that. Now, normally I would plant all these with my tractor, but because it's occupying such a large space when it seeds now, I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to do it by hand. Also because it's only a tiny little space and isn't going to take me too much effort at all. We're going to do 3 rows of everything just to keep it consistent. And no, I'm not replacing the sprinklers, and I will tell you why in just a sec. Because I don't even need the sprinklers is basically how I'm going to summarize it. Okay, they're all slight variations of pink. They look very pretty so far. Alright, everything is planted. Let's remove the seeds real quick because I don't want my inventory getting cluttered again and again and again. Those can hang out there for now. And all we gotta do is go like this and they grow. The duck is ready to harvest. I believe it's just duck, beef, and chicken. Yes. Chevron is ready, whatever that is. Pork. I'm assuming this is steak or something. So normally these all take 8 days to grow. We're going to pick them and we'll see how much money they're worth. They really just give us pork, so that's actually pretty cool. This mod is called Fresh Meat, and it's basically an alternative to the Butcher mod. This way you can get the meat without having to butcher your animals, which I actually quite enjoy and find hilarious. So this probably isn't a mod I'm going to use a lot, but it does give you a different variety of things you can grow in your farm. This one is giving us duck, and duck I think is actually pretty valuable. We're going to see the value of everything tonight. We've grown even numbers of everything, so we'll get a good comparison. I really like that they add mods like this that give you a variety of things you can do. Now you don't need to sacrifice your valuable pigs in order to get pork, because the pigs are definitely worth a lot more in the truffles they find you. There's not much more value than a truffle pig. Alright, as soon as I walk my way all the way over to the bin, we'll find out the value of everything. We're just going to throw everything in, and that way tonight we'll see the value. And we're going to bed right now after... No, I'm not going to plant the trees, I'm going to bed. And it would be important to note that these crops do not grow over time. Once they're harvested, they're done. So a total of 17,000 gold for everything you see there. So here's the breakdown of everything. I'm not entirely sure what Chevron is. I'm assuming it's a replacement for beef or cow, because if you use the butcher mod, that's what you would get. Anyways, as you can see here, the values, they are different values for different things, but the seeds cost the same initially. But I'm assuming if you're doing this, you're not really going for money anyway, so the value shouldn't really be a big deal. Because 40 pork is only worth 3,300, but 50 duck is worth 4,100, and then in the middle we have the Chevron at 4,500. So I do think the values do fluctuate, but like I said, you're not doing this for the money, you're doing this for the fun. Because who doesn't want to grow their own meat? Well, I think it's about time we explore what we can do in winter, if anything. It's only 5-6 days away anyway, so we're just going to sleep till then. Just like that, it's the first of winter. Now, as I was skipping through those days, I was thinking about it, and I've come to the conclusion that there are still more meat types. We only had 3 that we could grow in summer and fall, so I'm assuming there's going to be other ones for winter and spring. Like we didn't have chicken there, we did not have rabbit. So I'm curious to see. I do think this is going to work, and I really hope it does. Pierre, I need more of your meat. Scroll down to the bottom, and what do we got? We got rabbit vine now. Spring or summer. Okay, that's definitely not the winter, but that's okay. It's new. And Muttonville. Mutton vine. Muttonville. These grow in spring or summer as well. Okay, maybe there's nothing we can do in winter. Duck vine, chicken vine, spring or summer. So we definitely have a whole bunch of different things we can do. Beef vine. So you can grow every type of meat, but nothing for winter that I'm seeing. I was sure there was a winter crop according to the description, but I might have read that wrong because I installed it wrong the first time anyway. Well, alright, I guess we need to skip the winter now, so this is pretty fun. Boy, that was fun. Every month I have to skip. It just gets more and more fun every time I do it. Now, I think I want to do a whole bunch of meat out in this field, and it's pretty dirty, so I'm going to have to run around with a bunch of bombs and clean it up. And this part I actually like, because all I need to do is boost my speed up to 10 and run around holding right click and avoiding the scarecrows again, and everything's going to be cleared out very, very quickly. I could also use the tractor for this. It's almost as fast, but not as fun as bombs. Oh, it turns out that I did not have my unlimited health and stamina on, so I'm dead. And someone's come to find me. For the first time ever, someone came to my farm. Dr. Boring charged me 1,000 gold for that, and I've lost 2 items from my backpack. What 2 items did I lose? I lost some of my meat. Harvey took my meat. That's not fair. Harvey, give me my meat back. I'm gonna have to go buy some more from Pierre. Okay, so we've still got chicken, we've still got rabbit, so we need mutton. And then we need beef. And that is the 4 we need. So this adds, I think, 6 new seeds to the seasons, 6 new animal meats you can grow, plus a tree. And yes, I can despawn these items into existence. The reason I'm buying them though is because I don't know what they're called. I cannot spawn them if I don't know what they're called. There's too many items to sift through. Now I am still going to use the tractor to do the hoeing and planting because thanks to a combination of it and some of the other mods, it is still the fastest way to do this. But I just want to show you how fast the Cobalt tools really are anyway. So if I wanted to plant all this, simply start using my Cobalt hoe to plant a massive area, put a sprinkler in the center of that, move on to the next space. As long as I'm pointing in the right direction. And just like that, I've already gotten that massive area done. Lay a sprinkler down and move on to the next area. I'm already basically out of room to the point where it's inefficient to use this anymore. But I can keep going. It will do massive, massive areas very quickly. And I need so few sprinklers out here that I don't get much loss from those. Even the Iridium quality sprinklers, I think it takes something like 120 to fill out your regular field. Whereas these would probably be more like 50. But as I was saying, I'm going to use the tractor to do this because I can crank the speed up to 10, and I have the increased space on it, so I just go like this, and it's still the fastest way to do this. It'll even clear out everything else, except for that tree because I don't have my axe on me. This place is all hoed. The hilltop farm is maybe not the best for giant crops because there's really not a huge amount of farming space available, but there is still more than some of the other farm maps. Thanks to that magic, I now have 999 of each, so I'm just going to lay down a good variety kind of just wherever. I'm just going to scroll through as I'm planting, because the key to a long and healthy farming career is a good variety of meat. Everyone knows that. Oh, those seeds have a nice red color. Well, alright, look at all the pretty colors of seeds everywhere. They're all shades of pink and red, and I missed a spot right here. I probably missed a bunch of spots. Alright, so now we have a choice. We could either water these and wait for 8 days and let the crows eat them, or we could make them all grow right now, and I like that option better. I probably missed a few spots in there, but I'm just going to make everything grow. Oh, and my little slaves, they're hard at work already. I forgot they're even there. That Junimo hut just kind of blends into the background now. I don't normally use those, so I don't normally think about those. I've always wanted a big meat farm, and finally I have one. This is going to be the last of them, and everything is done. Now to harvest, all I need to do is pull out my scythe, and I'm going to lose a few to the water, but boo-hoo. These crops aren't super valuable, they're just amusing. And it's fun to cut massive meat down with my tractor. I like the sound it makes. I think that's the same sound the Butcher mod makes. And I know there is a variety of the Butcher mod now too. I think it's the meat wand, where it's not necessarily a meat cleaver. That way you're not cleaving the animals into meat, you're just using magic or something. Oh, these aren't even done yet. I probably should have fertilized my meat before doing this. But oh well. Almost done, just gotta do this last little pocket, and then we'll throw this all into the bin and see what it's worth. I don't know what a giant meat farm will get you, but the value is probably not going to be huge. Though normally you'd think it would be, because if you had the regular Butcher mod, it's actually quite a thing to sacrifice your animals, because they will infinitely produce you goods. Whereas if you butcher them, that's it. You basically get a payout and no more money from them because they're dead. Alright, that's good enough. These ones for some reason don't really want to do anything. Oh, now they do. Oh, because they're actually growing on top of this sprinkler. That's curious. Well, that's probably just because they're mods and they're not going to work always super nicely. But these ones work perfectly fine anyways. Okay. Throw this big meat into the bin. And that's all of it. Sure it is. 250,000. Just shy of 250,000 for all that meat. I'm sure some of these are more valuable than others because the animals, if you were to buy them and butcher them, cost different values for themselves. But there you have it. 244,000 for a big meat farm. But I definitely am curious as to the value of a Cobalt Bar. I don't want to put all of them in. I want to put one of them in. There. Because they take so many resources to make that their value should be huge. It takes 10 Iridium bars and 1 prismatic shard. That prismatic shard alone is worth 2,000. Those Iridium bars, I'm not sure of the value. Hopefully these are worth a lot. Okay, there you go. 10,000 gold for one of those. Okay, so what's the Cobalt Sprinkler worth then? I can't help but wonder these things, I just can't. A Cobalt Sprinkler is worth considerably less. Okay, that's curious, considering the resources that go into making that are worth way more than that. So if you have any Cobalt Sprinklers, don't sell them. And let's go recover that tool that's been missing for basically this entire video, the Cobalt Axe. Now, I don't think there's a benefit to this because trees, I'm pretty sure, go down one hit anyway with the Iridium Axe, so let's go find a tree and give this a try. Maybe it'll destroy the tree and the stump all in one hit? Nope, it is literally the same as the Iridium Axe. And that's not a big deal though. If you're going to do this, just don't bother upgrading the axe unless you have an abundance of resources like I do. It's probably the one thing that has no benefit. Anyways, that's about going to conclude this video. There was just a few of these mods that I wanted to cover that looked really cool, so here they are. Should be more videos out this weekend of more mods. The Mumps mod especially is what I'm excited for. That should be out tomorrow or the next day. That would be Saturday or Sunday. Any more cool mods? Let me know about those. They pop out all the time. New video ideas? Let me know. I will try and make those. New game ideas. Lots of cool games coming out. Lots of cool games already out there. If you haven't seen my channel before, go ahead and check it out now. Lots and lots of other videos already in there. New videos out every day. Other than that, I hope you like this one. Thank you all for watching.